I never imagined I would one day have the time to do whatever I want. For decades, my life was a constant rhythm of responsibilities. Raising children, maintaining a home, and pursuing a career that required energy, patience, and sacrifice. The thought of having a few uninterrupted moments to read a book or sit quietly without the weight of a to-do list seemed like a distant luxury. I often dreamed of having time to simply contemplate life, to count the stars in silence, without feeling the pressure to jump to the next task. But life kept moving, and so did I, doing always giving. Now, years later, I find myself in a new and beautiful phase of life, retirement, and with it, the unexpected gift of time. At first, it felt strange to wake up and not have a packed schedule. I would almost feel guilty if I sat down to rest in the middle of the day. But slowly, I began to understand that this stage of life is not about productivity or urgency. It is about freedom, the freedom I never had before. There is a quiet joy in being able to pause in the middle of an activity just to take a short nap, guilt-free. If something on the TV catches my attention, I can stop and watch it without worrying about what else I should be doing. And yet, somehow, I still have time to clean my home, prepare a warm meal for my family, and care for myself. It's as though time has expanded, now that it's truly mine. The best part of retirement, I've found, is the ability to enjoy life's little moments. I no longer feel guilty for sitting on the porch for hours, watching the wind dance through the trees or a child laughing in the distance. Those simple experiences, once lost in the noise of a busy life, have now become sources of deep joy. They remind me that life is made up not of grand achievements alone, but of the quiet, everyday wonders that we often overlook when we are rushing through our days. Sometimes, I just sit in silence with a cup of tea and watch the sky change colors. I find beauty in the ordinary, the way sunlight filters through the curtains, the sound of birds in the morning, and the peace of a tidy room. These moments, though small, feel luxurious. They bring me a sense of connection to the present, something I rarely had time to experience when I was younger and constantly moving. What amazes me is how freeing it is to live without the constant weight of obligation. I don't have to plan every minute or chase deadlines. I can be spontaneous when I feel like it, call a friend just to chat, or even do nothing at all. For someone who spent a lifetime doing everything for everyone else, this freedom feels both strange and wonderful. Of course, I still have responsibilities, and I take pride in keeping my home clean and preparing meals for my loved ones. But now, I do it with a sense of ease. There is no pressure, no rush. I can stop and start as I please. I find joy in the process, chopping vegetables slowly, folding laundry while listening to music, tidying up while humming an old tune. It's no longer about checking tasks off a list. It's about being present in each action. Retirement, for me, has become a second chapter, not an ending, but a beginning of a more mindful, peaceful way of living. I've come to realize that life doesn't have to be fast to be meaningful. Slowness, when embraced, allows for reflection, appreciation, and renewal. This new chapter has taught me to truly value time, not as something to manage, but as something to savor. I'm no longer chasing the clock, I'm walking with it. I've learned that freedom isn't just about doing what you want. It's about having the space to discover what brings you joy. And that, perhaps, is one of the greatest gifts of all.